And welcome back. Hello, everyone. Sorry for the delay. Oh, got some audio looping there, audio settings and all. Okay,
Your
let
end,
me
I
fix
think.
that. There we go. Yeah, it was on my end. There we go. I'm back once again. Hello, I am the Grim Roller, and tonight we're going to be playing some more D&D with my good friends. I've got Bard, Tips, and
Hello.
Coffee on board, and we're going to
Hello.
be continuing our campaign of Curse of Strahd. Sorry, yes, everyone say hello.
I refuse to say it again.
Okay.
Yep.
Fair enough. I'm sorry for speaking over you. Yes. So many things happening at once, but we're going to just turn this back on. Whoop, there we go. So we're back inside of Roll20. That's what I prefer to do all my streaming on. So all my D&D stuff on it. I just find it's like a really good program for it. It's a lot of fun. And yeah, so we are carrying on from where we left off in our last adventure. In fact, I'll put some background music on, if that'll work. Is that going to work? No, it's not going to work. That is fine. Okay, we're going to do it without music this time. For whatever reason, we can't get the music running. But we do have our friends and our voices, so I think we'll be fine tonight. This is whilst I'm just improving my streamer setup. But yes, starting off, and right now, the heroes have just reached a bridge leading outside of the village of Barovia. If I could ask for Bard to let everyone know what happened last time as we get ready to continue the adventure.
I'll do my best.
Yeah.
We left Death House and we encountered Strahd, who we actually sort of had quite a bit of back and forth with.
Yeah,
But
we
the
did.
Cliff Notes is he was doing some crazy radical yo-yo tricks. He mentioned that 300 years ago he'd rescued a child called Blinksy from Death House, who then sort of went off to live a full life in Vallaki. And we know that he is the whatever the opposite of a descendant is, the of like the Blinksy
Ancestor.
the ancestor, thank you, of the Blinksy toy makers, whose toys we've been finding. Strahd let us know that Arena is allegedly sick and that he must give her one of his potions to prevent her death, but she's sort of refusing to take those.
These strange
We were
red potions you're speaking of here that that Floki quite likes.
no, but I feel like she shouldn't take them. I'll take.
Yeah.
We were told that there is a doctor in Taserpool, which is sort of on the way to where we're going. And Strahd recommended that Loon visit the doctor if they want to prevent sort of the lycanthropy from spreading through their hand wound. Loon seems ambivalent, to put it mildly. I think they hope that they can just sort of power through it for the time being. But just in case, we're gonna, I think, make a little bit of a detour to Taser Pool. And it's a Vistani camp, which,
That's correct.
he sort of let us know that there's it's like a distinct peoples of this land.
Yes, Strahd likes these people.
Strahd let us know that the road is by and large safe, but we should avoid entering the forest at night. We learned, interestingly, that Nina, in a past life, was Strahd's lover. Back in her youth, when she was known as Ninari, and she was a tomb raider. And that's the end of my notes. So
Very thorough notes this time. I
sure.
approve of these notes. Well done, Bard. Yes, and you also,
That
of
does
course,
make it sound like our entire last session was one conversation.
I mean, it was like half of a session was a conversation. I think we did some shopping.
Didn't we fight the hag again?
I was about to say, so you got a few other things.
Oh, yes.
Peregrine joined your team.
Oh, yeah.
and after doing that, getting your equipment sorted and getting some weapons silvered, as you were heading towards the kind of church area, you met Mad Mary, who's a bit distraught
yes.
after a mysterious stranger, likely Strahd, has stolen her daughter. And whilst you guys kind of were sympathetic, but mostly ignoring her, an old woman with some pies came along, and you guys tried to separate Mad Mary from the old hag with the pies, but instead the hag handed her a knife, claimed that your group were the ones preventing the daughter from coming home, and Mad Mary attacked you all. You then tried to defeat the hag, but during that, whilst you weren't looking, a spell delivered by the hag's familiar killed Mad Mary. And then the old woman screamed that you guys murdered this innocent woman.
That's right.
Yes, a lot of the villagers came out to confront you, but then a very smart thinking Peregrine did a trick. And I wanted to actually ask, how does the rest of the team feel about this? Because does the rest of the team know what Peregrine
They know
is?
nothing. They know nothing.
So what did you guys think when Peregrine basically went into a house and then the woman that you saw definitely dead walked back out and
She's
claimed that everything
fine.
was fine?
She's fine.
She's fine.
Peregrine was very convincing in letting you guys know that, she'd simply been concussed. But as soon as he brought her home, she was right as rain.
Yes, I would like both Nina and Loon to do a insight check to see how much they believe that.
Okay.
That's
Do
not
we
a
do a
d20.
contested check?
Good luck.
You can
12.
do contested if you want to hide it.
Wow, that's actually
A
pretty
20.
close.
Pretty good.
God, your deception is good.
And Nina, have you rolled dice in the real world?
12.
12. Okay, so Nina is completely oblivious and believes that the old woman came out. Loon, you suspect that Peregrine has used some sort of disguise self magic to make him look like this woman, which is most likely the case. And so you definitely know she was dead. When you saw the body, you could see that she was clearly dead. And you know that Peregrine has been playing some games in order to get the villagers off the back, but you then deposited the body in Mad Mary's house, and then you quickly left town to get away from any more trouble from the locals. But one thing I would like to point out, and again, Peregrine maybe should have known a bit more, considering he's been awake most of the day. But with all that time, space, wibbly wobbly stuff you had in Death House, you guys may have forgotten the time, because when you entered Death House, it was early evening. And when you left, it was around the same time of that same day. So after all the shenanigans, all kind of hiring, getting items stuff, night has descended just as you leave Barovia, and you're in Vampire Land. So you might find that it's somewhat hazardous to be out on the streets, especially as you've not had any long rests in a while. To leave the safety of Barovia and safety of a house to hide in, to not allow vampires inside. But it seemed like you kind of overstayed your welcome anyway, and it's probably best that you move on with this adventure. So now here we are. If you guys can see the screen, you're on the edge of a bridge, and it is truly night now. The last vestiges of light, even in the very dim sky as it was, have completely vanished. And only the lights of the town nearby slightly illuminate your paths. Already Loon smartly has cast light on a pebble, which he's going to be able to carry around with himself. I'll just shrink it down. Put it there so you can grab both of them. You can use your movement to move around. And yes,
Nice.
and we've also got a torch as well from, I assume that was from Peregrine, who doesn't have night vision. But already Peregrine can see that there's a man walking towards you. a man who looks particularly pale. I've turned this icon so it's particularly pale as he kind of walks towards you, and he kind of stops and wobbles a little bit. In his hand, he's holding loosely 15 gold coins, and he's like, "Excuse me, ma'am, I just need to go home." And he just kind of walks around you and kind of makes his way past, kind of wobbling as he does. And he's, "Oh, have a good night. She's very pretty, you know." He explains
Could
as he
we,
kind of walks past.
could I have a look at his neck?
Oh
Unless
yes,
it's like concealed.
you can see now that you've got a better look on the other side of his neck that he's actually kind of stuck like a handkerchief there. There's two kind of red bits of blood kind of on it, and the blood is kind of sticking the handkerchief to his neck as this very pale man is walking past.
Okay.
Not suspicious
Do you guys
at
wish to
all.
do anything about this this man?
Yes.
No, I'll leave the young lad alone.
I feel like. I mean, Peregrine didn't think to check, honestly, so I guess it depends on whether Loon says anything about this or not to the group.
I think, yeah, I think Lynn would say something, noticing. I'd be like, look at that handkerchief on his neck.
And sort of at that, Peregrine's eyes go wide for a moment, and then he sort of recomposes himself, and he grabs a little like necklace he's wearing with a sun sort of pendant on it, and he kisses it, and he walks up behind the man.
Yep.
Grabs him by the sort of scruff of the back of his shirt and pulls out the blade and just puts it to his neck, and he says, "Do you have any last words? Anyone you would like us to say anything to?"
The man's like, hey, wait, man, like, you know, like this is like totally jiv, you know. In fact, she's a lot prettier looking than the last guy who used to do this. I mean, I'm just trying to make a little bit of gold. I got to get some more pies, mate.
Oh,
I think we need
pie
to
addict.
leave the young lad alone. He said he's fine.
Can you remind us, because I might be misremembering my vampire lore, but we know, I guess, from the tavern that being bit doesn't necessarily turn you into like a vampire spawn. Is that right? Or like you need sort of
That's correct.
multiple.
It's not like werewolf, lycanthropy.
Okay, so I was about to mark this guy. He might not be, in
Yeah.
fact, a vampire yet. Is that right?
So, from what you gathered is that to become a vampire, you have to have two things. You have to have your blood drained completely away and have drunk vampire blood to replace it. And once you get enough, there's like a turning point when you then become a vampire.
Like in Twilight.
Is that how it works in Twilight? I haven't watched that.
Yeah.
But it's also like it's a very difficult process. It's not just like someone could just suck all your blood and then give you the blood. You'd end up dead from the original blood loss. It's kind of like an interchange of get a bit blood sucked, drink a bit of blood, and the higher level the vampire is, the easier it is to turn someone. A very low level vampire with very little vampire blood in him would already struggle to turn another vampire into something like him. But Strahd, for instance, he could just give you a quick bite of the neck and then pour some blood from his wrist into your mouth, and you've got a very high chance of becoming a vampire. But just getting bit isn't enough. You have to drink vampire blood as well to replace your own.
I sort of knife at neck, proceed to do a quick slicing motion, and I cut off the like bandage he has.
Ow!
Falls to the floor, and I pull from my waist a little vial of holy water and douse his neck in it.
He kind of yells out. He's like, "Oi, mate! Oi! Ow! Ow! Ow!" He's kind of like the whole thing is like stinging around his neck. It's helping heal back. You could actually see there was some sort of like dark lines coming from where the bites were. There was a little bit of necrotizing coming from the bites that was affecting him, and your holy water is curing him, if a bit painfully. And he's just like, "Yeah, get off it, mate! Get off it!" He doesn't seem to really care about his own health. He just
he's sort of fine at that, and Peregrine sort of releases him and says, have a nice day. Be careful who you consort with.
And he goes off and he goes, oh, keep it easy, mate. Like, if you don't want to do an exchange, don't bloody come down to the bridge then. And he kind of gives you a bit of an eye and then kind of wanders off out into the night, happy with the coins he's got in his hands.
Can we see sort of writhing and wriggling in that sort of mass of what looks to be insects, or like would we not have spotted that?
Yes,
on the
so
water?
you can. So looking over the edge of the bridge, you do see that there's like a mess of insects that seem to be devouring some sort of like flab of meat on this rock here. So there's like, it looks like a bit of a blood splat with like a big slab of kind of flesh, and they're nibbling away at this flesh.
Does Floki sort of, upon spotting these insects, get any sense of, like what they are, if this is normal behavior, if those insects are sort of to be expected around like a human corpse versus just like an animal corpse?
It seems that these insects were attracted by the smell of decay and blood, as most insects are. When a part of a creature's body is left on a rock. But Floki, with his enhanced senses, he does notice that a lot of the creatures that seem to be gorging on this bit of meat just end up rolling over dead and dropping into the water, and then more bugs come down to kind of take their place. They haven't really realized the fact that this meat, whatever it is, seems to be killing them.
Okay. I'll point this out to the others, just to be careful. Like there's obviously some vampiric fuckery about.
Yes, especially on a night like this. Okay, that's great. What can so with this, Floki can also now see that it seems to be two other humans and a young, pretty-looking woman as well.
Young, you say?
The pretty-looking woman and one of these men that looks like maybe a town guard are kind of in conversation, and she's slowly putting gold coins into his hand as they're kind of having a conversation. The other man waiting behind it is kind of like an impatient person waiting in the queue. His foot is tapping. He's kind of looking around. He's kind of really kind of wanting to get this done and dusted as soon as possible, especially as it's now become nighttime. It's not a great time to be outside, especially
Yeah.
out in Barovia night. He wants this business done, and he glances at you, and he says like, "Wait your turn," and he kind of looks back at this woman.
Peregrine turns to Nina, and he's like, are you happy with these men selling themselves to the vampires, or can we do something about this?
As long as everyone is happy and healthy, they can do what they want to do. But I'm not too sure how healthy these poor lads are looking at the moment. What are you suggesting we can do to help them?
Peregrine pulls out a little bag of money and sort of starts hefting it in his hand, and he pushes the man in front of him away and gets in line.
Okay.
Oi!
Oi!
The one that's.
I've been here for the last half an hour. You don't get your turn.
I give him my most menacing stare possible.
Do you want to roll sort of
Intimidation?
Intimidation, yes.
Yeah. And I just sort of, like I don't say anything, but I just stare him down.
14. The man notices the gold coins in your hand, and he's like, all right, mate. I'll let you go first. If I could have just a penny, just one gold will sort me out tonight, if that's all right.
I give him 2, and I say, Graham, I do not want to see you around here anymore.
He takes the 2 gold coins and he goes, yeah, sure, like, yeah, I'll never come back here again. as he turns around.
I
And
bark at him.
and he starts running away as fast as he can. Like he's got his gold that he needs, and he's heading back to his house as soon as possible. But whilst this is going on, you've missed the fact that this pretty young woman that's standing next to this guard, she has already kind of very surreptitiously kind of moved her mouth over to his neck and is already slowly sucking blood as she just drops penny, coin, gold coin after gold coin into his open palm as she slowly sips at his neck.
Does he seem to be enjoying it?
I would say he doesn't seem to be enjoying it, but he is looking at the gold in his hands, and his eyes are getting wider as each coin falls into his hand.
I mean, I'm letting her finish. I figure she's sort of gonna have a fat belly after this. Gonna be a little lethargic. I want her to be sort of like at ease when she has a go at me.
That's fine.
I guess Peregrine would tell the others, like, prepare yourselves for my signal. We will attack all at once.
The vampire looks over at Peregrine and gives him a wink as she continues to drink the blood. And then as the 10th gold coin lands in the hand of this man, she kind of takes her mouth away, breathes in this a sigh as she kind of wipes her mouth with the blood, and she goes, "Thank you very much, David. I will see you tomorrow night, yes?" And he kind of nods, and he's looking again a lot paler now than he did before, and he turns around, like realizing you guys are just like right up against him, and he's like, "Oh, your turn. That was great. I need to lie down." As he kind of wanders past your group, holding his 10 gold coins with him. And as he moves up the sight, the woman, she turns to face you and she goes, "Oh, hello there, young man. I'm doing a special offer tonight. For just one sip, one drink, I will pay 5 gold coins. So handsome, how much you willing to get?"
Says, yes, 10 gold coin sounds very good. And or he starts sort of unbuttoning his shirt and probably lower than he needs to, strictly speaking. And sort of bares his neck. I wait until the moment where she like leans over to sort of slowly move both of my hands towards the 2 weapons at my hip.
That's fine. She looks as you kind of open your shirt a bit too much. She goes, "Oh, don't worry, big boy. I understand it's your first time. I'll go nice and slow." As she kind of moves in and she holds a bag of money in her hand as she moves in to bite at your neck. I would like you to do a dexterity saving throw, please, of 20. Ooh, so
A
close.
17. I have heroic inspiration. I'll give that a go.
Sure thing.
Well, actually, no. I have luck, don't I? Can I use that now? Let me see, because I've never used luck before. Lucky points.
Isn't luck just for if? Oh, lucky points. Okay.
Yes, so you can use luck to turn it into a
you have a number of luck points
roll.
equal to your proficiency. When you roll a d20 for a test, which I think this would be, you can spend 1 luck point to give yourself advantage on the roll. Okay, so I'll do that. Use one of my luck points.
Yep.
And
17 again.
Solid 17.
As you realise that
Now that's some luck.
she'd overheard the conversation you'd obviously had that you were going to jump her. But she isn't unreasonable. As she rushes in, she kind of grabs hold of both your wrists, forcing a bag of 25 gold coins into the palm of your hand. As Fangs quickly bites your neck with a huge force. She draws in as much blood as possible before she.
Saying, signal! This is the signal.
So
signal, guys.
So she then basically lets go, leaving the bag of 25 gold coins as you take 5 points of fatigue. So if you go
5
to your
points of fatigue.
5 points of exhaustion.
of exhaustion, yes, of exhaustion. If you go
Oh
to
my
Jesus.
God.
your condition and add
One more
exhaustion
kills
to
me, right?
5,
I
yes.
think 6 levels
Yep.
kills you.
So for each exhaustion, she is willing to pay 5 gold. But now that you've kind of stressed her out, she's she's done this. So you've now become very sick from lack of blood.
Jeez.
As
Yeah.
she then basically leaps into the air, becoming a bat. She only makes it about this far before it is now everyone's chance to take a turn. I'm just going to say that that everyone gets to take a turn in order. So with so Peregrine's going to be last. So the first person that can do anything would be what's her name? Sorry, Nina.
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 Yeah, I
you
think I'll fire a crossbow because
sure?
my poor lad seemed to not enjoy that.
Yes, he's still alive, but I can understand if you want to take a little bit of
Yeah,
revenge
I mean,
against
he
this
did
person.
not enjoy. 16 to
Uh,
hit.
a 16 does not actually, it does hit. So 16 does hit. So it's AC of 16. So yes. So
And
please
this is
roll
with
your
my
damage.
silvered arrow. by the way.
Yes.
9 damage, max damage.
Ooh, 9 damage already. Ouch. Okay, so that's your go done with. Then we go over to Loon. As she gets a
I'm
little bit
looking to see
further
if there's
ahead.
any way we can like get her into the water. I don't think there is though. I'll Sacred Flame. I think
Sure
that's
thing.
good against a vampire. So that's a Dex 14 save to hit.
Dexterity 14 save. Let's see. She saves, so she dodges
Oh my God.
the beam as it kind of goes flying over her.
Yeah, that's my
Yep.
go.
Then she gets a little bit further ahead. Then it's over to Floki.
Floki sort of lowercase dashes at her and
Jumping into the
hangs
water.
sort of. No, not quite. I'm like walking over the edge.
Yeah.
And I reach at her with my hand, and then my other 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 hand, as I start sort of like melting into her and turning into a giant octopus. And I attempt to sort of grapple her and fall over into the water if I can.
Okay.
So
She's already made some distance. So as you turn into this octopus, I'm afraid your hands are going to like miss as you then plop into the waters just below her. But a splash of water will come up and hit it. If you want to roll a 1d10 to see how much damage you do with that splash of running water.
10.
Max 10 damage. So she you can hear a little scream as she's hit by the flowing water, but she still made it some distance. Yep, there's your octopus friend. As you then plop into the water there with a big splash. And then we're over to poor Peregrine, who's been very badly hurt by this entire experience, but not physically, just from the lack of blood in the system.
I mean, quite physically. I mean, in the sense that I subtract 10 from any d20 roll.
Yep.
I subtract 25 feet from my speed, so I
Yep.
can move at 5 feet at a time. Okay, but he will attempt to sort of, to start clumsily like reaching for his weapons and start sort of slashing at her. So I slash with my sword.
Yep.
Which is a 0 to hit.
Yep.
Nice.
Makes sense.
Because you're
As
so
you know,
weak.
I just trying to slash with my scimitar.
And a -2.
-2. And sort of trip over myself with a bonus attack.
Yes. But I'll have no punishment for this. It's basically like you just, your hand is too weak to hold the blade as it just falls onto the floor.
At a 7.
Yes.
I realize I probably can't hit her in general. I can't roll high enough to counteract
No.
the -10, but he wouldn't have known that because he's like barely thinking.
Also, she's not there anymore.
And this is the she's basically flown off, and like despite the damage she gets, she just kind of goes away. You hear like in a bit of a bat voice, and she goes, "Thanks for the blood, next time." And she kind of goes off into the screeching distance. So you kind of realise the dangers of vampires, even if this one was a particularly friendly one in the sense that she was just trying to do a business deal. She you know, their bites are devastating.
I would like to do something.
To help.
Does anyone have parchment and ink?
I think so. Give me a second, because I think one of mine might have, but I respect Peregrine several times, so I might have at some point, and then
I have a backup plan otherwise.
Whilst you're looking into that,
I
I'll let
don't.
you.
But well, you see Floki go like and spit up like a little bit of squid ink from you know
Floki
From
from
his
squidding
the
optic
water.
out. Yeah. Yes. What do you wish to do?
No parchment though.
Do I have anything? I want to make a sign that says "out of business, go home," and like I was
You
gonna
could-
nail it
you
to
could-
the end of the bridge.
You can
use
paint it
the
straight to the
squid ink
floor. Yeah.
Yeah, to just like
Yes.
graffiti the shit out of the bridge.
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right. And do you know how to draw with in? Well, actually, you probably don't have access to Roll20. I'm going to draw it for you. So it's going to
So
be
rude.
Yes, it will take me forever to draw something in Roll20.
no biz go home.
Don't
There you
have
go.
to
No
go
biz.
home,
No
but you
biz.
can
Go
stay
home.
here. Yes.
Or people
Making
could also
some,
read it as
ink-
no
ink-
go
ink
biz home.
splatters.
Yeah.
Ink
Oh
splatters
yeah, if
around.
you're in the Walking Dead universe.
Yeah. No go biz home. As it's happened, so I'm gonna let you know some rules about exhaustion in this world. As you know, that every character every day they have to eat their rations. I have been keeping track of you guys' rations in your meantime, and so one of the benefits of rations is if you eat 2 a day, because you basically just have 2 meals a day, like a brunch and like a light early dinner. Each one of those.
About second breakfast.
Yeah. So you
Elevenses?
don't. So you adventurers, you don't need that kind of amount of food. You get enough. You have like a big ration thing that you eat. But you eat 2 of those a day. Each time you eat one of those, it's going to reduce your fatigue, your exhaustion down by 1. But you can't. If you kept gorging yourself, it's not going to help you beyond that. So it's basically if you had 2 meals in a day to kind of get your blood back, it's like when you have like a cookie and juice after blood transfusion. And the other one is sleep. So for every long rest or short rest, you will get back 1 exhaustion as well. So as that, you're quite low, it might be a good idea to have your dinner kind of now.
Yeah. Okay. So conceivably, we can regain up to 3 levels of exhaustion per day.
But wait,
per
with
24 hours.
with short rests as well. So you could have it that you have 2 meals and a long rest and 3 short rests. So you could throughout the course of a day, but it would take a long time to get all your blood back.
Okay, I see.
But that's the situation you're in right now. So yeah, if you want to just take a minute to just like eat some food to just kind of feel a bit better and get one of those back, you're welcome to do so now on the bridge.
Yeah, and frankly, I mean, it feels like we're sort of on running water right now. Maybe even like if we go underneath the bridge and just sort of chill on some of the rocks, feels like it might be as good sort of a cover as we get. We don't really know whether we're going to find any better place to rest sort of
Yeah.
up ahead. I guess before we do that, can Floki sort of octopus his way over to the like meat, without getting too close, and just like try to get a sense of where the heck that came from, or whether there's more of it, or if I can
Yes.
sort of see the origin
Now,
of what
now
this
that you're
meat is.
in the water, you can go and see a few things. So let me just get.
Oh, there's more to the south.
Yes. So, you got quite close there. These insects here, a bit more to the south, they seem to be a bit more agitated than the rest. They seem to be acting abnormal. If you get too close to them, some of the flying ones might come and buzz to kind of bite you. If they
No,
can
I'm
reach you out
I'm
the
being
water.
cautious. I'm like sort of
Yeah.
cautiously like, because I mean I also don't know like whether this like poison's gone in the water or whatever. So I'm just trying to sort of get a sense of what's.
Yes. But what you do get a sense is you do notice that far down here, you might have seen it briefly, there is a kind of somewhat more dangerous eel. So if I focus ping over here, for anyone that can see it, there's an eel in the water that looks a bit dangerous, but it seems to be in the more kind of deep areas of the river, whilst it's quite shallow
I make
around the bridge
no attempt to
to go
approach it.
too far, but it doesn't seem to be coming up your way. But what you did notice is that the insects around this rock here seem to be again eating this thing and acting more aggressive. A bit strange as far as Floki can tell from how insects usually are. These are the kinds that might attack you, but they seem to be swarming. As you did get a bit closer with your octopus eyes, you can see it. There is a severed hand on this rock. It is tightly clasping a bag, a leather bag containing what must be coins from the indents on it, and the hand also has a golden ring with a red jewel upon it.
I want
Is it a
it.
left hand or a right hand?
It is a right hand.
Which one?
A right hand.
Yes. Oh no, never mind.
You got two right hands. Yeah, it's not quite what you wanted.
Just like I'm okay.
Yeah,
Maybe it'll be worth it. Just in case, let's keep it.
it's quite badly nibbled as well. But yes, so there's a bit of treasure over here next
Can
to
I
a body.
try
Yeah.
and attach some rope to a crossbow bolt and try and hit the pouch?
That sounds
Hand.
like an excellent idea. I would then ask you to roll attack in order to secure the hand.
Oh, fuck.
It would
I might
require
roll a
a DC 15. So it's yeah, AC of 15. If you hit that, if you hit 15, you get it.
Do I get to roll again because I rolled before you said that?
Yes.
Do you have
Nice.
inspiration otherwise or no?
I'll let that wasn't a proper roll. That was just you getting your
It's a freebie.
dice together.
I'll roll with inspiration anyway. What would we
No,
say
but you
it
roll
was?
inspiration after the fact. The first
Yeah.
you roll.
Oh
and
no, I
then you
rolled
get
a
the-
so-
6, so I'm rolling with inspiration. What did you say? What category was it?
So you need to roll a 15 if you can with your crossbow. So whatever kind of plus
Oh,
something
just
to
my
your
normal
crossbow.
attack. 18 then.
18, excellent. With
Yeah,
an
I rolled a
18,
15.
18, your arrow, and I'm just going to move your character as well, so you can see where you were. Your character got all the way to the edge over here. You fired the arrow. It pierced through the wrist of the hand that's holding the thing, and with a quick yank, you pull the hand back from the water, causing the bugs to kind of fall into the water and scatter as the hand flies over towards you. And just as it's about to land next to you, there's a sudden flash of red light as what appears instead is a full-grown yet naked man. As he kind
I
of
think I
lands
have a
next to you.
thing for mimics, at this point.
So
Is it-
Wait, but this man appears from the hand?
it's like he grew from the hand. Like the ring flashed a big red light, and then from the hand grew an entirely naked man, who's then, with a bit of fright, covering his genitals with the bag of money that he was holding. He's like, thank you very much, madam. I was quite in a difficult situation. I can see. Ninari, is that you?
No, my name's Nino.
It's obviously you, Nadari. But you've gotten old. You're still alive though. That's fantastic. He then kind of realizes again that he's fully naked, and he clicks his fingers and creates an illusion of clothes that then cover him up, and he's just like looks again. He
Oh,
goes,
that's a shame.
he moves a little bit closer. He's like, "Yes, Ninari, my God, you're alive, and you're so old. I guess it has been about 50 years since I last saw you. How have you been? What happened?"
I don't know who you are. I don't know who you think I am, but if you call me old one more time, you are not getting your pocket money.
Same spirit. I'm sure. So you like going by Nina? Well, that's just lovely, darling. That really is. God, I really haven't seen you since you and I were battling out with Strahd for the Forge War. God, that was so long ago now. But yes, it's good to see that you're doing well, and you, in the end, you decided to stay as human. I mean, that's just fantastic. If you haven't realized this yet, he looks like this.
Is that Henry Cavill? Oh my God, he's holding
His
Warhammer.
little Warhammer figurine. Amazing. This competes with the Nina Strahd.
Ah,
But,
I'm beginning to remember now. You were one of my boyfriends.
There you
when
go.
I
Oh,
was with
Another one.
Strahd.
he was like,
Oh my
I
God.
wish, God, you were such a dame back in the day. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that.
Back in
You're
the
still
day,
a
I'm
dame.
gonna
You're still a
slap him
dame.
for that one.
and sorry, he said that she stayed as a human. Is that what was said?
Yes.
Okay.
As he puts it, goes like, as you can see, I finally agreed to let Strahd's turn me, but at least it meant I could, keep the good looks forever. I mean, like it took me so long to get this way. Back in Hollywood, it was, not like I was really willing to let go of again.
Good for you. If it has made you happy, yeah.
Yeah. And who are these? Are these some of your friends?
I'll like pull him to the side, and like whisper, I don't know who they are. They keep following me around.
Do you want to help you out? I can get rid of them if you like.
I keep trying to give them food to go away, and they won't leave me alone.
Yeah, I understood. Like, here, take this, and he passes like a note saying like invitation to Strahd's castle. And he's like, take this with you. You can hide out of the castle with me. I live on one of the upper floors now. I've got a massive collection now of World of Warhammer kind of things.
World of Warhammer.
No, not World of Warhammer. What is it called? Sorry, it's got my head.
No, it's
Warhammer.
World of Warhammer.
World
That's
of
canon
War, yeah.
now. That is canon.
No, it's was it Warhammer 40k? That's the one I was trying to think of. So my brain's a
Nope.
bit distracted
Yeah.
today.
World
Yeah,
of
World of
Warhammer
Yeah.
40k.
Yeah, World of Warhammer 40k. All right, that's it. But he's got a massive Warhammer collection now. He promotes. It's like just I'll make sure they get rid of the riffraff at the door. And he's just like, well, thanks so much, lads. I've got to be going. Cheerio. And he kind of turns around and starts walking off down the bridge. I don't know if anyone wants to do anything before he leaves.
I feel like it's sort of up to Nina, who's sort of led this interaction. Peregrine is sort of like past that over the edge. High risk of him tumbling over the side. Floki's an octopus underneath the bridge, so he probably wouldn't have even heard any of this. Maybe what Loon? I guess you were right there.
I think Loon's looking after
Holding
Peregrine's
you're
hair,
holding
yeah.
Peregrine's hair as he's sort of throwing up
yeah,
over the edge.
patting his back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
Gonna
just
be right
shout
there.
bye bye, dearie, after him.
Yeah. Bye bye, dearie. Yeah. As you shout that, and he just like waves as he kind of moves off, and then just as he reaches the end of the bridge, he turns into bat and flies away.
So what was that about? He can turn into a hand and then the water doesn't get him?
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't think about that. I just got distracted by the penis.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, just the naked Henry Cavill just appearing in front of you. Yeah, very strange. Thinking back to it, you notice that the wrist of his hand was very close to the water's edge.
Okay.
And you also
I
remember
still don't get it.
that some of the other people there kept saying about how that they used to do business on this bridge, trading blood for gold, and it used to be this good-looking man who did it before this other woman took over.
Well, he said the woman's much better than the man who used to do it, right? Is what he said.
Yeah,
The guy seemed pleased about it. But so he tapped his ring and he turned it back into a person from a hand.
yes, it
Is that right?
seems like perhaps the magic ring had something to do with his rejuvenation.
Has the meat that these insects over here were eating, like, is that still there?
Oh, yes, that's a good point. That has turned to ash and disappeared, and the insects have just gone looking for more food
Okay.
elsewhere.
So we can assume he'd been sort of like dismembered. As the hand sort of was pulled up, could we tell the type of like damage that had been inflicted, like what had severed the hand, if it was a clean cut or like an animal sort of like gnawing
It
at it, or
looked like it had been melted by acid.
okay. Does the cursory glance that Floki did of that like creature to the southeast, did it look acid producing?
It looks poisonous to you, from your
Yeah.
understanding of these sort of animals. It's basically more just saying that, like, whilst the shallows here are a bit safer, it's probably not very safe to swim about in the rivers around this area, at least at night.
Yeah. Okay. Do we have any sense of what Henry Cavill was doing here?
Um,
I didn't
could
So
you
ask.
he
could
was.
you
You
could
go
you
get
all
to
roll
know.
an insight check to see if you can guess what was happening here?
But he was just doing what the girl was doing before, right? So he was paying for people
There
to
you go.
donate their blood.
That's it. Is
21.
that 21? And I'm going to say that with that 21, and Finn's already guessed it here. Yes, is that Henry Cavill? He is another vampire of
Yeah,
the
yeah,
group.
and I got that bit, but we don't know why he'd ended up dismembered in the water.
So he's obviously had a good business coming over here to trade blood for gold, and he's got a lot of gold because he lives with Strahd, as he pointed out. He's one of the kind of
Yeah.
the top vampires. So he needs to get his blood somehow, rather than attacking people. He's just got a trade going. This other vampire, it's the same vampire that you remember attacked yourselves at night when you were staying in that tavern.
The woman.
The woman, yes. And
Oh.
she has basically noticed this lucrative business that Henry Cavill had going, and she basically pushed him off the bridge. And then as he kind of landed the water, it started melting him, so a bit of his flesh landed on one rock. He kind of washed down, his hands clasped onto a rock, and then the rest of him melted away. All that was left was the hand with the rejuvenation ring on it,
Yeah.
clasping onto the last bit of gold. She'd also stolen his gold as well. The
Okay.
saying about him,
And sorry,
yeah,
she's the vampire that attacked us when? Not in the inn.
at the inn.
Yeah, before you met me, before you met Nino at the the inn.
Oh,
Yeah,
she is the one that
yes,
broke into the inn. Okay, okay.
yes. She's obviously desperate for blood, and if she couldn't get it from attacking people, she tried to just copy his business and push him into the water to
Yeah.
replace him. And she stole his gold, and then was like paying out, like he was paying out like 1 gold per drink. She was paying out 5 gold for drink because he just wanted to get it kind of over and
Yeah.
done with. Not very business wise. But yeah, the gold doesn't really mean as much to Cavill as it does to maybe other people out there. But yes, mystery solved. You now know the mystery of how this particular vampire has been making legitimate transactions with people.
Okay. On the character portrait, the sort of like fucked up teeth is like he's got vampire teeth, but also sort of like poor dental hygiene. Is that what's happening?
Well, I basically wanted to make it clear that he was a vampire, so I photoshopped
But it's
his
quite
teeth.
subtle at
Yeah.
this end. Like it just sort of looks sort of like rickety sort of teeth.
Yes.
But okay, good to know that he does have indeed obvious vampire teeth.
Yes.
He also looks like he just smoked a joint, but that's probably just like he's been.
Yeah.
No, he's needing a little bit of extra blood.
It's the vampire teeth. I also made his ears slightly a bit more pointy as well, so that he would. Yeah.
Subtle.
You can see the ring on his finger as well. But yeah, so just little details to make it clearer that he's like, as people do. You know, when you get like actors turn to vampires, they do things like they make their ears pointy. They give them kind of subtle kind of. It's the darkness around his eyes that makes him seem a bit stoned, but it's more like that kind of anemic kind of changes to him. But he obviously knew Nina back in the day.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't want to know Nino back in the day?
Yeah.
Apparently. I forgot what I looked like. Was there a picture of me when I was young?
Who
Have we
was in
seen
Well,
that?
we were
earshot of that conversation? Let me rephrase.
Yeah.
Would Floki have heard anything from sort of under the bridge? So water's running, bits and pieces, none at all, most of it.
Well, sound travels quite well underwater, and despite the moving stream, I reckon with your octopus ears, you would have overheard the conversation. I think everyone heard the conversation if they weren't close enough to speak.
Yeah.
So
Okay, heard.
you're all getting a bit of an insight into Nina's past life.
Yeah.
Maybe she's not even able to fully remember.
yeah, the writing on the bridge is disappearing.
Oh no!
Yes, it's starting to fade away. Unfortunately,
no.
that ink isn't the
I would
best.
like
It's
to
already starting to
rewrite
kind
it.
of
Can
melt.
I carve it with my dagger, please?
All right, I'll put it back then if that's the case. So yes, you carve it in, and you can use more of your ink to kind of really get it into the ground. And there it is back. So everyone knows not to come back.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay, so Floki will sort of like start wrapping his tentacles over the edge of the bridge and sort of plop onto the bridge itself, and he says it seems safe under the bridge. Obviously, we know vampires can land up on the bridge, but we might even try to just like burn, like pick some of these larger stones, make a little campfire, and try to rest for the night under the bridge. It won't be sort of the best sleep we ever get, but being close to this river might be the best protection we have for a while.
It's definitely a good idea to kind of do that, to kind of barricade yourself. Now you're realizing you're in danger, but you do see somewhat of a wooden structure slightly further ahead, just beyond the bridge. If you want to go check out that site as well, because a wooden structure, any kind of like building, is better than being in the open. All right, and
We
we're
have runes and things that we can make a structure vampire safe, right?
Yeah.
No, that's in Irina's house, and we'll sort of like take it with us once she's in. So our plan is to go to Valaki, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Which is like the nearest town, to procure a
Horse
like
and carriage,
wagon,
right?
like a
Yeah.
wagon basically that has like an inside. And then we can sort of consecrate that and to have that count as like a caravan house type
Yeah,
of
I
thing,
couldn't
like an
remember
RV.
if we had anything with us that we could use, like,
No, I don't
on our
think
way
so,
there.
unless Loon has a trick up their sleeve. I don't
yet.
think we do. But how about this? We have a quick short rest during which Floki can send his little fairy over to like scout out the house, and if it looks safe enough, we can go there and do a long rest. But at the very least, we gave Peregrine a chance to like regain some of his senses, because he's literally just like a rag doll right now.
Yes, the strongest fighter of your party is now weaker than a baby. But this moves on to our next location. So you guys should already be here. If I focus ping, you should be seeing.
I don't have vision
You don't have
for
visual
your
here.
character.
Okay,
So I can see where you've put torches?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's good. Thanks.
There you go. So now you should have a little bit of vision for yourself.
I do.
So could we
Yeah.
have taken a like eaten and taken a short rest, unless we're about like a little bit of metagaming, but unless you're gonna give us a long rest now,
Yeah.
we should have taken like at least an hour to like recompose ourselves.
What I'm going to say is this area here. Once you solve it, there's an opportunity for you to rest.
Okay.
Should you find it? So a little bit metagaming again, but you're driven from the
like
bridge.
drive the story forward a little bit. Yeah.
Drive the story forward. You're in a new location just beyond the bridge here. And from this location, you've already pulled out a torch, but you can already see that there are some lit areas. So that wooden structure that you saw just beyond the bridge is an old gallows. So there's basically like a wooden box where like the door opens up to kind of drop the bodies through, and there's some stairs leading up to kind of like the area here. This seems to be where the local villagers would hang their criminals. And you can even see over here that there are a bunch of gravestones, obviously where criminals have been laid to rest here. And there's also a sign up here, like a wooden sign with various directions, which I've painted onto the floor so you get an idea. So whenever you get to like a crossroads, you can read the signs on the
Nice.
floor to know which road leads where.
Very cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Okay, and as a reminder,
Yep.
Strahd, because we did ask him to like on the map which way he recommended. He told us like we can get to Vallaki, which is obviously there's a path to the south, but we could also get to Vallaki by Taserpool, right?
Yes.
Like Taserpool also will like take us to Vallaki.
Just if you take a left instead of a right when you're at Taserpool.
Yeah.
So I've got a description written here because this is the part where we've got the interesting descriptions in the book. The book describes as you reach here, an old wooden gallows creaks in a chill wind that blows down from the high ground far to the west. A frayed length of rope dances from its beam. The well-worn road splits here, and a signpost opposite the gallows points out off into three directions. You have the Barovia village to the east, Taserpool to the northwest, Ravenloft and Vallaki to the southwest. Northwest forks and slants down and disappears into the trees, while the southwest fork clings to an upward slope. Across from the gallows, a low wall, crumbling places, partially enclosing a small plot of graves, shrouded in a weak fog. So that's where you reach now. So, yeah, I've left kind of little question marks for which gravestones are readable. Do you wish to?
Should we get some rest before we investigate?
I mean,
Maybe.
we sort of scout the area. Are there, as a sort of like we're doing a safety assessment, do we see anything sort of, making our spidey sense go off, or does this feel like a reasonable place to camp?
At first, you don't really notice much. You do notice there seems to be a lot of crows about. There's the sound of crowing. I would have the sound effect now of the kind of crows of these birds circling around. Car.
Nice.
Yeah, Doth the Raven. Already Nina has approached the gravestone.
Evermore.
She doesn't really know this person because she hasn't met him for very long, but she does have a little read of it. And as you read it out, it says, placeholder, died of drowning.
What? What?
Nina, you move to the next grave, and it goes, Loon, died of an infection.
No, that didn't happen.
The next grave. Nina died old and alone.
Oh, I fall to my knees. No!
No. Exactly. Moving on to more graves. You got Floki. Died trapped in a box and stoned to death.
God.
And then you have another one that says Peregrine. His sins caught up to him.
Ooh, mysterious
God.
man.
And the final gravestone would be for another player who's failed to join us in this particular adventure. So right now it just says unknown, died by absence.
Died by not existing in the first
Yeah.
place.
And with
Does
that,
it say the same for everyone else? Like if Loon investigates, does it say the same thing?
yes, you each notice that all of your names are on these gravestones, and they're all pointing out the horrors of your death. It's kind of clear from these descriptions that Loon, you're destined to die from an infection. Nina, you're destined to die alone.
And
Flo-
old.
yeah, and old, yeah, and Floki. So again, like you've been wanting to kind of live forever, and you haven't had that happen to you. Floki, you have been stoned to death, obviously, because you are somewhat of a shifter. You get a sense that you must have been
Yeah.
trapped and
In a
killed
box.
by villagers. Peregrine, whatever his past is, whether true or false, has obviously come back to haunt him eventually. Even Placeholder, the great pirate who can't swim and has to wear a swim ring in order to stay alive, is destined to die from drowning. And with that, you hear a crack noise behind you, and turning around to look at the gallows. And I'll just change layer here. Token.
Oh God.
What?
You can already see that all of your friends are here, and they're on the gallows, and their bodies are just got the wrong thing there. Move that way. Your bodies are swaying in the wind, attached by the ropes. There, all the bodies sway to look at you and point at you, and they all say in a voice that is your own, "This is your fault."
The fuck. Peregrine falls to his knees. Just like between the delirium of having barely no blood. But his torch sort of falls in front of him, and he's like reaches into his pocket and pulls out a bag of powdered silver worth 25 gold, and he just flings it onto his torch, and he says, the fire god is the Morning Lord, right?
Yes, Morning Lord.
Yeah. He's like, Morning Lord, what does this mean? I have been serving you since I arrived here. Why do you abandon me? As he casts prayer. Or sorry, he casts it's prayer via spiritual ceremony.
Yes.
So
Oh my god.
you can
It's
just
a lot of
read the
description there.
prayer bit,
It's
which
a
is
lot
sort of
of
at the top.
description there. Yeah.
Yeah, you can just read the prayer bit, which is the second little paragraph. But I throw powdered silver onto a fire and try to open a line of communication to my god. And you just see it like this is thrown him for a spin. He had previously seemed quite composed, but seeing his own grave, saying he like betrayed his ideals, and then seeing himself hang, like that, and he's already sort of quite vulnerable, having been sort of like hanging on by a thread. He feels like he needs to reach out to his god and get some type of answer or message from him.
And with that, the light from the torch shines off the medallion that he wears on his chest. At the same time, Loon feels the cross that has been held in his hand gets hotter as it also reflects the light from this prayer. All those lights cast up into the mist above, creating like a hologram effect. which seems to glow as it's almost like a bloom of sun appears that causes the mirages of yourselves on the gallows to vanish. And as the kind of light kind of blasts into the air, you hear a message, and it goes, "Greetings, child. You have reached the Morning Lord. I'm afraid I can't get to this prayer at the moment, but if you'd please leave your message after the tone, I will get back to you as soon as I can. Beep, beep, beep."
Why have you forsaken me? Have I not done everything you asked
Your
of
message
me?
is now complete. Please wait for a reply. And then it just flashes up with a message over the thing saying prayer box is full, and then the light vanishes.
I fall to the ground in a blubbering mess, understanding nothing and feeling sort of abandoned by my god. You feel like I'm quite shaken. This is not what I expected to have happened.
But yes, you didn't manage to get through to God. Even Loons, that's it. He's had to change his faith to adapt to this world. But as you were warned by Strahd, this new god, this Morning Lord, who is the main patron of all the people around that they pray to, he doesn't seem to be answering anyone's prayers at the moment. But the effect you did manage to cast got rid of the illusions, and even looking at the gravestones, you realise there are now new names and new descriptions. Those ones you saw before, the illusion of them is gone.
At this, I reckon he collapses in exhaustion, and Floki sort of kicks at him a little, but he's just sort of snoring, a little bit of sleep apnea.
Understood. As and with that, you do hear something as all that sound you've been making has alerted a couple of people who seem to be out here at the moment, and one of them turns on the torch and shouts, and I'll just kind of give you a little zoom up here, focus ping. As a man goes, "Hello, is someone out there?"
What is this ring around them?
Ah, those rings are stones.
And they're within the stones.
Yes, it's a pair of what look like humans that are lying under blankets that were kind of the blankets look like felt grass. Like it's a good way of disguising yourself if you should sleep under blankets. They look like just another pile
Like a
of
ghillie
grass.
suit, sort of.
Yes, and they're surrounded by a ring of stones.
Well, Floki, upon hearing this, and with everything that's been happening, just sort of crouches down. He's not feeling at ease, but he looks towards Nina, who tends to handle these types of situations with more confidence than he does. And he's like, I'll protect Peregrine. And I just sort of hunch down behind one of the gravestones.
Hello, is anyone there? We're armed.
Hello, dears. Don't suppose you happened to see that they're us on the gallows?
They're us.
Yes. They look over to you and go like, "Oh, just ignore those things. Just ignore them. That's yeah. These gallows are a little bit cursed. They supposedly tell us your fate, but I know it's a bunch of BS." And they both look at each other and the girls, yeah, it's all a big prank from the gods, isn't it? And the guy's like, yes, definitely. And she goes, yeah, mine says that I'm going to die from STDs. What are even STDs? And the guy goes, yeah, I know. Mine says I'm going to get stabbed in the back. I don't know what that's about. Hello, cat.
How much do I believe them?
Roll an insight check, please. Actually, no, you don't roll the insight. This is a new thing I'm bringing. I'm doing a secret roll here. This is where I roll for you. And you don't get to know what it is, but I can tell you what happened.
What you believe.
Yeah. So
No,
you
but
guys
surely
should.
I do the roll.
No, but what he's saying is he rolls an insight check.
No, because you just don't tell me what the number goal is, right? Of like you decide.
No, but his point is you wouldn't know whether you're like you always feel like your gut is good, like a good read of them. But he's rolling in secret, and so he'll tell you what you believe, which may or may not be correct.
Yeah.
So
But you
it prevents
statistically, yeah.
metagaming because you don't know, like, oh, my insight feels good today. You're like, no, like, what's your gut telling you? And so he'll just tell you what your gut tells you about what they're saying.
Gets rid of the thing that if, let's say, you roll an insight check and you roll a 5, and I say yes, you trust them implicitly. You know, metagames that you can't trust them. But this way, I get to roll for you, and I get to look at your stats, and I can tell you from your roll that you do not trust these people.
Okay. In that case, how long have you two been out here?
The girl again giggles, and the guy goes, "Well, you must understand it's our honeymoon period. You know, we just got married, and we decided to go and have a few drinks and go for a walk when the sun went down. So we quickly made a little ring of stones to keep the vampires out, and we've just been sleeping here since."
Ring of stones, you say? Keep the vampires out, you say?
Of course. What else do you do to protect yourself when you're out at night? I mean, you got to be in a property. If you're in a property, they can't enter.
And you're claiming you own the Circle of Stones?
What else are houses? You know, what else? You know, when you put a fence around an area, it doesn't mean anything until you claim it's your property. You put some rocks or some bits of wood down, and then you stake a light source down, and you say this is my property, and then vampires they can't come in. Everyone knows that.
Everyone does know that.
You know, like you guys, like you're not vampires, are you? I mean, are you trying to trick us to coming out? We're not coming out of our circle. No. Like she's like, no, we're not coming out of our circle.
Why don't we find out if I can come into the circle? And I'll just really quickly walk over to the circle.
Yeah, do it. Should I move your character? Or do you want to move your character?
I'll see if it'll let me focus on me so I can find me. Which direction are they?
So they're directly north of you.
They're in the taser pool circle. Okay.
Yes.
I see them now.
So they keep heading up, and you know they move a little bit back as you kind of like reach up to them. But yeah, they give you a little bit of space, but otherwise you walk through and they go, well, I guess you're not vampires then. And one of them,
no, but I am a grumpy old lady, and I'll I don't know, swing knives at them.
You'll swing knives at them.
Yeah.
All right,
Stab them a little bit.
Let's roll initiative.
No, what?
You swing knives at you just an old lady that just like walked up to a honeymoon couple that was sleeping out at night, and you've got to attack them with knives. Of course, we're gonna roll initiative.
I'm not trying to stab them. I'm just swinging in their general direction.
Okay, so you're not trying to. Either way,
gesticulating with knives.
The guy to your right here is going. He assumes he goes like shifters, and he's going to chuck some holy water at you to kind of like hopefully burn you, because again, lycans don't like to be covered in silvery holy water. So you just get splashed and nothing happens. And he kind of looks at you a little bit shocked. And he's like, I'm melting. Murderers?
How does Nina, like, when she's drenched in this? How do you react?
I am not happy. My maid outfit has been ruined.
Oh.
Ruined by a little bit of water? I suppose.
In my opinion.
In your opinion.
Filth.
But you're not physically hurt or anything. You're just wet, right?
That's it.
Well, that depends if you would consider my heart to be a physical ailment.
You're not burning from the holy water. You've managed to step through. You've stepped through a property line, and you're not burning from holy water. So that's ruled you out for being a vampire or any kind of were creature. Or a
if
zombie.
just the foundation of rocks is a property line, where does it end vertically?
Is it a column up into the heavens?
Yeah, is it just into the sky?
Well, this is it. This is the law for you to work out. They're giving you enough clues.
It could be a dome. It could be like
Oh yeah.
set distance from every rock, and so it creates like a little igloo of protection.
Yeah, it'd be
I
like
like
a
that.
sphere, right? So the like diameter of the ring would be like the same as the height.
So you could be standing inside, but your like head and neck are out of the like.
And they just grab your by your hair and pull you out. Yeah.
Good job, we're all short.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why they're lying down. It's just they put some rocks down. Are you making more rocks? Is this this is the protection circle? Yeah.
I think I will.
They're looking at you quite shocked because you're just a crazy old lady with a blade. All right, you're doing something.
Yeah, I'll just laugh.
And they're like, I think your grandmother might need a little bit of help. She's got a knife. They say to you. They're a bit scared.
I'll just keep maniacally laughing, walking towards them with the
What's
knife
Loon
out.
doing throughout all of this?
Just like what the you got in contact with the Morning Lord? I haven't been able to contact any of my deities. What the fuck? This is you're like practically passed out. This is bullshit.
You
Just
did manage to
sulking in
contact
the
them
corner.
when you first got your cross, like when that was the first time you had that.
No, they said they'd take my message as well.
Yeah, that was it.
I don't think I know exactly what happened, but my cross burnt and the things went away. So I assume that you had like a conversation. So yeah, Luna's not very happy right now.
I think you were tuned into that. I think you heard the same conversation. It was a dual phone call with the answer machine.
Oh, okay.
On loudspeaker.
Yeah.
In that case, just like kicking rocks.
Kicking rocks. All right. So as you're kind of doing this, you're getting distracted. You hear a crunch of twigs. For distance, it seems that making all this noise has started to attract things at a distance. As
We really need a long rest, guys. What is happening? Floki will like drop. Like I'd been dragging Peregrine sort of like up towards the circle.
Yeah.
But upon sort of hearing this, I drop him and try to sort of see what's coming from the east.
So you heard the crack of twigs as some creature has come stumbling out the darkness. Its eyes glow red, and it's mostly human looking. If you guys can see what that is over there.
Yeah, I see him. I'm gonna at this. I pick Peregrine right back up and just drag him as fast as I can into the rock circle. We're gonna be quite cramped in there.
Yeah.
But I just try to like fling him in there and go in myself.
Give me
So they're like, please take your grandmother away, and I'm just like running in with this like past corpse. Like fling it in there.
Okay. So you kind of get in there. You're realizing already that you've attracted a vampire. What is Loon doing at this point? Loon's the only one outside the protection area at this point.
Loon's just gonna be kind of skipping along, like la 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 la, like around here, but not inside the circle, and just kind of tossing a bag of gold up and down in their hands, just like, oh, you're looking for blood? I'm willing to trade.
And the vampire's like, trade, yes. And it opens its hands. It's got like 3 copper coins and a pretty stone in its hand, and it goes, "I'll give you this for all your blood."
Pretty stone. I'll give you 1 drink for 3 copper and that pretty stone.
And it's like, deal. And it moves forward slowly towards you.
Loki's trying to like scream at you, like, come back, Loon. Come back.
Pull me in if it goes south, okay?
He puts the pretty stone back in his pocket and he just holds out the 3 coppers to you and he goes,
No. Nope.
Take it. Deal.
I want the pretty stone.
He's like, he kind of reaches back in and he kind of looks at the pretty stone. He gives it a little kiss and he puts it in his hand. And he goes, give me blood.
Yeah, you're gonna give me the pretty stone and the 3 copper, and I'm gonna hand it to my friends here, and then you can get the purest drink of blood you've ever had in your life.
And he hands it over to you. Which hand
Okay.
do you use to take it?
My unsullied hand.
Okay, so use your right
My
hand.
right hand.
You take the 3. So you got 3 coppers and a pretty stone. Nothing magical about it. It's just a very pretty stone. It's basically one of those ones where it's like a semi-transparent stone, like a bit of volcanic glass
Moonstone. Oh.
that has been like ground in the river, so it's got the spiral pattern to it. It's just a very pretty stone, and
cool.
you've taken them and you hand it over.
Yeah, so with that one hand, I'm gonna like reach out behind me and hand it to whoever wants to take it. But I'm not going in.
He starts reaching very slowly, mouth opening. You can see the saliva kind of dripping as he's like desperate to like bite into your neck.
Mm-hmm.
Do you let him bite?
Yep.
Okay.
Floki throughout this is trying to like reach out to sort of like grab him and to pull him in, but I'd leave it up to either Loon or Theo to decide whether Floki manages to like yank him back into the house.
I think it
Before
would
this
have to be
happens.
that Loon have to let him, otherwise he's just shaking off your arm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm standing just out of your reach, I think, maybe.
Yeah. I mean,
He-
I am quite short, so.
He grabs onto Loon. He pulls his mouth in, and his teeth just touch just slightly into the skin of his neck, and then he pauses there.
Yeah, Loon's not doing anything.
He lets go.
Vampire werewolf.
Your blood
I don't think that
tastes
works.
like shit.
All right, Loon's gonna get right out of that business. Duck right into that hole if they can.
Sure.
As in into the sphere of protection.
So yeah, I'll just move you over there. So you just mentioned, so you're now all cramped in. The newlyweds that are in there looking quite annoyed at you, as this vampire kind of switches in and goes, "I'll be back with friends," as he starts wandering off. As the kind of the couple look at you and go, I think we need to find ourselves some more stones, don't we?
Yeah, we're all like cramped in there. It's
Yeah.
like a little like submarine. And there's
We're gonna need a bigger stone
6 of us.
circle.
Yeah. So what I'll allow you guys to do is you can draw on the map where you want to put more stones. You find your stones on the road, in the kind of the grassy bits, if you want to like carve out like a property of your own or connect it to this property sort of thing, to carve out your own kind of safety place, and then you can have a nice long rest out here to kind of in safety if you make yourselves a little kind of stone circle property.
I mean, I reckon we like expand. These people look fine, right? Like they don't. Like I'd reckon we'd just like expand the circle they have. Like we'd use their stones to like make the circle a little bigger.
If you could draw stones like these stones, you just got to draw like little kind of squidgy circles and stuff of what the property is, because that's part of the work here is building those stones out. So you can just expand that circle, make it like a an extra room in the house.
I reckon we'd sort of maybe go into the forest a little bit, get a little extra cover.
I'll let the young whippersnappers do the heavy lifting of the stones.
Have you just sat down next to this very confused couple?
I'm asleep already.
All right. Nina, old lady, already asleep. Fantastic. Okay, so I'm going to say that that Floki, who's very good at game of nature, he finds stones very quickly, place them all around. You've got some stones. You've now made a complete circle out here. You probably want to have a few more just to fill in the gaps. That they explain to you the rules of how this works is you've got to have all the stones touching for the first time. You can have like windows afterwards, but like best to have all stones touching. And then you place a light source in the building, which could be just the torch that Peregrine has right now. And you just proclaim that this is your home. And that's how it works. And that's how you build a emergency shelter out in the wilderness.
Wonderful. So Floki has sort of assumed because he's got like expertise in like his herbalism kit, and he's like pretty decent with medicine. So he will make a point of like waking up Peregrine, and he like sort of half force feeds him, half like keeps Peregrine awake long enough to like get a decent meal in before he passes out. But before, I guess both of them.
Yeah. So please remove a ration.
Yeah.
And everyone,
so,
in fact, should. Everyone should.
Everyone, right?
Yeah, everyone should have a meal.
Inventory. Okay, how many rations would have Peregrine started off with? Because I don't think he has.
You didn't buy any, then he's going to have to share some of yours.
No, well, you can imagine he would have like started off with.
Then
like,
I would have said he would have started with 10 days worth. So 10. Okay. So that'd be 20 rations. 10 days worth is 20 rations.
We should have checked if that was in the contract, if we were providing him with food.
It's like room and board. I reckon 25 gold is like 25 gold is 25 days of a salary of a like artisan every day. So like, he's making bank every day.
He doesn't make the money though. That all goes back to his employer.
Well, right, but
it's part of his retirement fund. So that's who's making all the money.
Item to his pouch. Okay, so he takes down one of them.
Yep.
And where are they? Here in the pouch. Okay, which speaking of, Peregrine is much better ration than Floki is. Floki will definitely need to pick up some rations next time he's in town.
Yes.
But so I will remove from that one level of exhaustion.
Yeah.
And then are you letting us long rest?
Yeah, you can totally long rest now. Are you all long resting, or any of you gonna like take it turns?
I mean, I reckon we set up like a watch, but we long rest.
Asleep, so it's up to you guys.
Sleep. Peregrine's probably gonna need to go straight to sleep with his low blood.
Yeah,
condition.
Peregrine's asleep. Floki's happy to take the first watch.
Okay. So all but Floki's gone, and the couple that you've woken up, they're kind of awake now, and one of them you realise is a bit of a bard, and he's already got his guitar, and he's just like quietly just strumming the guitar, very kind of beautifully, kind of like Spanish notes to it and stuff like that. As kind of you watch the kind of the light you put down next to Peregrine slowly starts to burn out, and as it's burning out, Floki, your eyes are feeling very tired at the moment. I was wondering if you could roll a DC 22 Wisdom saving throw.
DC 22 what saving throw?
Wisdom.
And I'll use my heroic inspiration and see whether I.
Yeah. You succeed. GG, easy. Okay, you're banned. No, it's fine. That's very good because you were starting to drift off a bit with all this, like all the excitement that's going on, but with the beautiful sound of
the lives of 5 people on my hand.
Exactly. As like your eyes were starting to drift. Just doing this now. Why does it not let me do this? I'll just do it in parts. As you kind of stopped watching what the women of this couple were doing, and what you realise is whilst you were not looking, she'd been slowly collecting all the stones in this immediate area. And
But surely I do notice for that roll.
that's the thing. You only notice now after she's already picked up. You prevented you from falling asleep from whatever was making you fall asleep. But when you kind of like startle yourself out of it with that excellent roll that you just did, you turn to look as the couple there. They are kind of laughing amongst themselves. You can see that the guy has gone in and he's taken some gold. He's in fact taken half of all the gold that Nina had, whilst the girl has collected all the stones around. And as they kind of bundle up, they watch you as they kind of laugh at you and they move off into the forest, and they kind of the darkness and the mist swamp
We
in,
don't get
and
a
they're just gone.
chance to
Nope.
to stop this from happening.
Nope.
But I was keeping watch.
So Nina, I'm just going to check how much gold you had on you.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Let's have a look at your sheet. Just going to find it. That's loons. Okay, Nina, you had on you had 241 gold.
God.
So 120
Why
of
was I
that gold.
trusted with so much money?
Yeah, for real. I've been adding all my gold to the party inventory, but it's clear where our priorities lie, Nina.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
well, I
shall I
wanted to
say,
give out more
or shall
pocket
I
money.
say, what is it, Ninani?
Ninari.
True.
Ninari, or shall I say, you filthy shapeshifter? No,
And
Floki would never say that. Floki feels
I was
incredibly
gonna
sympathetic.
say, what's the word? Projecting. You are projecting.
Yeah, no. Floki's actually totally fine. If anything, you would have sensed a massive broken trust from Peregrine, except he was so sort of like sick over the bridge that he's not like really like processed what it is that he's heard. Floki, if anything, actually feels a certain sort of affinity towards
I was gonna
Nina
say
now.
je ne sais
Respect.
quoi, because the way you said certain just felt natural that was the
certain
next.
je ne sais quoi. No, Peregrine is. You get the sense that he's sort of been raving ever since he got bit, and he murmured something along the lines of, "I can't believe you're a filthy vampire lover," as he sort of like threw up over the edge of the bridge. But he, like, for all you know, he won't remember anything by the time he like comes back to tomorrow. But if anyone felt sort of like very visceral and obvious disgust upon hearing your conversation with Henry Cavill, it was Peregrine.
yes, he does not like
'Cause,
vampires.
yeah, he wasn't there for the conversation with Strahd, was he?
No, he wasn't.
Yeah.
But now with that, yes. So Peregrine is still fast asleep. Nina as well, despite having money looted from her pockets, hasn't stirred a bit. There's no amount of movement, and even Loon is trapped in a sleep. So that Floki, as you try to push him to wake him up, he refuses to wake up. And as you do this, you can hear the caw caw as the crows and ravens around the place seem to have become agitated. More things are coming out of the darkness and moving towards you, and they're going, "We paid. We get our blood."
That's amazing. Your hand. I love your hand.
Yeah. What is that?
It's so gnarly.
I know.
You're messed up
That's
left hand.
incredible. I love this.
All right, I'm gonna have to copy this image just for all the folk at home. Let's grab that. Where is that picture? There it is.
Your desktop just gave me an aneurysm, by the way.
My desktop.
Yeah. Clear that shit up.
That wasn't my
Not a
desktop.
place to store things.
That's not a desktop. That's my funnies folder. Okay, let's just shift Z that so that everyone at home can see this fantastic picture that Lou made that's normally shared by everyone. As you've been tricked by this couple here, and the vampires are coming in. But yes, it is now left to Floki. Floki, you have vampires making your way in from all directions towards you.
I feel like Floki would try sort of. I'm going to very quickly look at where all the stones are.
Yep.
And I will then, trying to keep them sort of in my mind's eye, I will cast Fog Cloud and just try to like engulf us in this darkness as I try to move the stones back into like a small circle to give us enough of a sort of coverage to restate this protection.
Yeah, sure.
I sort of grab at Nina just blindly in the darkness. I just like grab her hair and just start like yanking her back into the circle as I, over the next for many seconds, just try to move stones and try to make a circular ring around us in the darkness.
Yes. So, that's the wrong folder. But mist animation, get that in there. So you kind of got this mist cloud popping over everything. Yeah, so it's got a bit of movement to it.
Oh.
And so you drag in Nina into a smaller circle.
I don't see the movement, but I see the mist.
It's definitely moving.
Nice. Not on our end.
I saw it when it first popped up.
You can see that it's slowly changing. You can't speed it up, unfortunately, on this asset, but it is slowly.
I see there's like mist moving around, like out of the map.
Yeah.
But on the map,
yeah, that's
it's
always
like
there.
Yeah, I think that's always there. The like we don't get any of the animation. But I mean, your audience might.
No, I'd see it.
It's very subtle. Yeah,
it's very subtle. It's very subtle. But there you go.
I do see it. You're right. You're
what
right.
What a thing to nitpick over.
I know. My effort's not good enough. As you move, as you drag Nina from her hair into the space, you can quickly start drawing as fast as you can those rocks before the vampires make it into the space.
Yeah, so it's a 20-foot radius. I mean, it's quite a big circle of like the darkness. Let me quickly see if I can. 20. Oh God, give me a sec. Ignore that circle. I need to zoom out.
Yeah.
I was too zoomed in to make it properly.
Sure thing.
And I need to go small here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think that's an ellipsis, isn't it? Well, screw it. It's a little bit.
So that'll do.
That's close enough, yeah.
Okay.
So you can imagine I sort of do
that, and I'll move it into the map layer so it's behind, so we know that they can't see it there.
Here, do this one. That one's properly shaped.
Okay.
So that one is. I mean, if you move into the map layer, we won't see it. But if you right click and say move to back, it'll put it underneath all of us.
There you go.
So I mean, they can't see there, but we can't see there either. Like we are, as far as we can tell, we're like in the middle of like zero visibility.
Yeah.
But I'm sort of feeling around the ground, and I'm yelling everyone awake.
They are not waking. They are not waking.
They're not waking?
They're magically asleep.
Oh my God. Okay, well I'm trying to close this circle. I don't know how well I do. As I try to just like
start drawing your rocks down, because they're still coming in. These vampires, they're heading in as fast as they can.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm sort of moving rocks as quickly as I can as well.
As they're continuing to, and the birds are just getting more and more freaked out as they continue saying, We paid for blood. As they're moving in, they walk into the darkness that you've done. But with that, like, you've got your torch down, and if you have time, you can tell the world, tell everyone that this is your property, this is your domain.
The fuck out.
Yeah, so you're screaming, "Yeah, this is your home." As the vampires who are just going through the darkness, you see these flashes of light with like handprint shapes as their hands touch the kind of the field, and they yell out, scream like, "Ah! They've made a circle!" And they all start backing off away from the property circle that you've produced. You're safe for the moment, but not forever, because as they back off. How long does this fog last for, by the way?
Fog cloud is an hour.
Okay, so for an hour you sit and you hear nothing but kind of the footsteps moving about and the
And I would have been trying to like wake up everyone for like at least a couple minutes until I realize like they're unawakeable. Like if that's the case, but I'm doing what I can to like try and rally the group.
they will not wake up. They are magically induced comas. Um, and so by the time an hour has passed by, and this fog cloud you got has gone away entirely, and I'll take away the ones on the map as well. You've noticed that what the vampires have been doing is they've been walking around and collecting their own stones. And now the fog cloud's gone away, they start trying to chuck the stones at your circle of stones. And as they do it, like ping, ping, a couple of stones break off here and there. Ping, ping. What do you do as they start breaking and pushing stones in?
I'm still unable to like rouse anyone.
Not yet, no.
I mean, then I'd sort of be in a mad scramble to try and maintain the integrity of the wall. You know, I'd be trying to, I don't know if their ability to move these stones is better than my ability to reposition them.
And this is what you do all the way until morning arrives. When the first glimmers of sun appear in the sky, these vampires, they go like, "You win this time," and they all run off into the shadows of the forests to find sanctuary away from the sun.
I mean, well, Bogey's fucking exhausted. He's out of wild shapes. He's out of a good chunk of spell slots. If he hasn't managed to like get a wink,
you have not
rest
managed
all
to get
night.
any sleep whatsoever. This night has been a cruel, punishing survival lesson about surviving out in the lands of Barovia at night.
Strahd told us he'd be safe.
He did say, like,
we literally crossed a bridge.
Yeah, we're like
God
5 minutes out of town.
he did warn you about that. You know, there are some dangers, some roaming vampires, and like it's not safe to be near the forests at night. And you guys, you could have left during the day, but you left at night, and now you've learnt why you shouldn't stay out in Barovia at night. You should always find a town to or some sort of structure to stay in. But yes, with the morning rising, Nina, Loon, Peregrine all wake up feeling utterly refreshed, like they've had the best night's sleep they've had in ages. So if you haven't already, click long rest for your characters, and Peregrine can take one more exhaustion off as well.
Yeah, he has.
As Floki, you're just covered in like sweat and mud and everything from scrambling around with the stones, and you've just had a horrible night, and you gain 1 point of exhaustion.
Oh my god.
Floki, yeah, it's a harsh world.
God. Okay. So not only do I not rest, but I get exhaustion.
Yes.
Love it. Love this campaign. No, I'm joking. This
Horror
is cool.
survival.
This is cool. I like this. I like this.
Yeah. So now with those professions, what do you guys want to do this morning before you go in whichever direction you want to go in?
I can first breakfast, before anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you not want to take like a short rest?
Uh, actually a short rest would help Floki get one of his wild shapes back.
And
So
exhaustion.
if we take a short rest, yeah. I mean, but we might as well eat as well, right?
Yeah.
That will let him. I mean, he gets rid of 1 level of exhaustion, -1 ration, but then Peregrine gets the short rest and Brecky takes down 2 levels of exhaustion.
Yep.
So Peregrine's at 1 level of exhaustion, and Floki's back to 0 levels of exhaustion. He's down some spell slots, but at least he has 1 wild shape back. So we just take it's a not an early morning. We like sleep in a little bit, or you
Yeah.
guys sleep in, I guess. And Floki's just like not looking great.
And now, because it is morning and a bit more time has passed, Loon, I would like you to roll a DC 20 Constitution check, please.
DC 20. Okay.
Yeah. The infection is spreading.
I have some plans, although I don't think Loon would have started yet. But with the resources that I picked up last session.
Yes.
But yeah, so DC 20 cons, was it?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh fuck. Oh no, it rolled twice.
Why did it roll twice?
It rolled a natural 1 and then rolled again. So I guess that's
we only got the 17 on this end.
17. Maybe that's the only one that matters.
Oh, it's because I've got luck. The first time I roll a DC 1, it rolls again. Sorry, the first time I roll 1 on a D20.
Because you're a halfling, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So with the 17, unfortunately, that's not enough. As you feel a kind of horrible pain in your wrist, as you remember that you're missing a little finger. Well, now it seems to be a not only is it like somewhere between a little finger and a paw of a dog has burst out of the side of your hand near your wrist, as it seems to be that your hand is becoming more and more that of a dog or a wolf as time goes by.
Okay.
So and with that, you can't help but cry because you failed your roll there. So you actually kind of burst into tears in front of the group and look like a little sissy.
Are you hiding the hand? Like, is it sort of wrapped in cloth or whatever, or do we all sort of see that you're well into like?
No, I've wrapped it up.
Territory.
It's wrapped up.
Perfect. All right.
It'll be fine, guys.
I feel like Floki would have regularly like asked you in the morning to like check the wound and try to clean it, but he's so exhausted that he's like bristling a little at you crying, like it's just like grating on him.
Yeah, it is not a good place. Yes. So now that you've done that, if you've done all the preparations you want to do, which direction do you wish to travel in?
Towards Taser Pool, I think.
All right, let's get on to the next part of the adventure. This is a very interesting and important location. So we're just going to place party here. So you all pop into existence right here. What is the time frame? I just want to see how the lighting is. So it's morning time now. So I'm just going to change the lighting settings. We're just going to give you a little bit of daylight.
Nice.
There you go, because it's still quite foggy out here, but you can now see all the locations here. As you drive down this road, you can see that there is a couple, one of them being a bard. They look maybe very similar to some people you've seen. They're standing kind of guard at the entrance of town. One of them is playing music, the other one's kind of giggling, sitting next to him.
Pretty similar, like identical to the people we just saw, right?
They look identical to the people we just saw.
Okay.
Have I noticed that I've been robbed?
Yes, you have. Floki saw it. He would have definitely told you in the morning that you lost 120 gold.
Do these people seem like they're friends with the other people at the campsite?
They are the other people.
No,
They're
like
they're part of the camp.
People around the campfire. Yeah, well,
Oh,
just
I
because
see,
they're
I
a little bit separate. I didn't know if maybe
They're
they
standing.
were like not.
They're standing guard at the edge of the camp, but They're definitely like once playing music. It's kind of like everyone around the campfire. They've all got like bongos out and they're all playing music. Everyone's kind of having a little medley. Everyone's drinking. Everyone's drinking. Everyone's having a good time. Um, as these ones
A
are
little
standing by.
morning drink.
Yeah.
And what do I think about the guy on his own off to the right, like behind the tent?
Well, this guy over here.
Yeah.
This guy, he looks like he's doing a little bit of a better job of being a guard. He's there with his spear, but he does have like a bottle of wine in his hands, but it looks like he's just been sipping very slowly from it compared to everyone else who are quite inebriated.
What spells do I have?
You can immediately. He looks much better this morning than he did before. Peregrine has this like. He looks like he's smelling shit. He has a immediate distaste for these people, the lifestyle they lead. As far as he's concerned, these people are nothing but a like ragtag pile of like degenerates and thieves, and he does not approve. Like these are people that are far away from the
Yeah.
Morning Lord as far as ways he's concerned.
He also knows the Vistani because Peregrine's been here for a while. He knows the Vistani are like a wandering nomadic group who get really good privileges in these lands because they're like a large extended family. They're bringing new people all the time into this group, but they're good friends with Strahd and the kind of the Strahd group. They get free reign around the place. Strahd sends out kind of vampires and other creatures to help give them protection if they get attacked. They're very pro Strahd, and they spend a life of luxury in this otherwise desolate land. They're the ones having the real fun out here, and he can't stand that.
He's bristling. His like hackles are sort of up. He is.
Does he grow
not
hackles?
at ease.
Because he could like.
No, this isn't Floki. No, it's Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
No. He's just like very clearly like doing everything he can not to like immediately go in there sort of like sword drawn out and asking for our money back and like antagonizing all of them, but you feel like he's sort of like containing himself. He's trying to read, like he is hired by the group, so he's trying to see how Nina or Loon or Floki are sort of reacting to this, but you can sense his immediate sort of distaste for the situation, these peoples, this lifestyle. He does not like this at all.
Understood.
Do we need
yeah.
to give you another 25 gold, by the way?
Yes, you do. In fact,
It's another day.
It's another day. Any time of today, you need to make sure you give 25 gold. So you can do it right now.
He pulls out this like black canvas bag. It's like small. It's like a little purse, but you sort of put in the coins and you never see them like way out the bottom. It's almost like the second you sort of put them in, they're sort of
God.
They teleport
gone.
over to the mercantile's place. Yeah.
So I'll take this
to
out of the
Oh, you
party
do it.
inventory.
You go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Go ahead. Move. I also, just Theo, for your sake, the 25 gold that he'd earned
With blood.
from blood, I burnt that just for the future because I might forget, and just like I liquidated that to regain a use of the like prayer spell, whatever that was called.
That was only
The
25
spiritual
silver.
ceremony.
It's only 25 silver for the prayer. It's 25 gold.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, I was massively overpaying for that, I guess.
Yeah,
Give me a second to re-add that. Okay, 25.
Saying that I haven't ever paid any attention to the component cost of spells before.
Very few have
Permanent costs, yeah.
components that. So a lot of them, and generally you can sort of waive that away unless the DM like wants to make it part of the thing. It might say like you need a ring worth 10 gold, but it doesn't get consumed. So it just means like over your career you could have acquired that ring.
Yeah.
But in the case of this spell, for example, it says like it gets consumed. in casting the spell. There's very few spells that are worded that way.
They tend to be very high level spells or kind of very versatile spells, like the ceremony one that the program was using.
No,
Is
Theo.
25
It
gold.
says 25 GP worth of silver.
It
So
does.
I think it is 25
Oh, okay.
gold pieces worth of silver. So it is 25 gold.
What I'm going to
so
say then instead, just to be nice here, is because you didn't get an answer back from your god, he refunded you that money.
Okay, the silver was still left over the fireplace.
Yeah. It just after the phone call ended, it just like coins came back out. Just all these silver coins just coming out the fire really quickly and landed on the ground like a phone booth that rejects all your pennies.
Okay.
Yeah. So you got it back. All right. So yes, you guys are now at the edge of this little encampment. This Vlaki encampment. Is it Vlaki or Vistani encampment? You can see that there are a few guards posted, but everyone seems to be having a good time. Everyone's having a drink. You got the main group of people seems to be all sitting around this fire, drinking, playing music, telling each other stories. The couple that you recognise they're mostly smitten with each other and not really doing a very good job of kind of guarding the entrance to the camp. They're just sharing a bottle of wine together, and yeah, they're having merriment. But this is the encampment you were told to come to in order to help out with.
Like there was a doctor here
loons.
that would
Yeah,
know
a
about
surgeon.
lycanthropy.
A surgeon. It's like beyond a
Know about
doctor.
lycanthropy.
Yes. So yeah, what do you guys want to do now that you've reached the camp? Yeah.
Loon Nina, how are you? I guess so. Nina has the incentive that like there's 120 gold or whatever it is in front of her, like in someone's purse, and then Loon conceivably has a solution to his like their paw.
This isn't a solution, man. I don't need anyone to cut anything out of me. I'm okay.
All right.
God will do it for me.
I was trying to decide if there was any clever way to go about this. And I'm not too sure. But Nina is going to approach the couple.
Yeah.
And say, if I had known you two part of Strahd's group, I never would have been perhaps as rash as I was. I would like you to return my monies, or I will be letting Strahd know, and he will care, because we are lovers.
This couple, and like I'm gonna move you up. You come stand like in front of them, looking very bossy as you do this, and you say all this stuff to the couple, and they turn looking and go like, sorry, who are you? I've not met you. Sorry, what gold?
My gold
Your
that you
gold.
took out of my purse. I'll I guess, can I see any sort of like pouch on them?
You do see various pouches in them, but you don't recognise any of them to be your particular money pouch that was stolen.
I'll just lunge towards a pouch and try and take it.
Okay, sure. They don't stop you because they're just like, yo, okay, crazy old lady, you'll do what you want. And you can take a look in that pouch, and all it's got is some smoking weed. That's all that's in there.
Take it.
Yeah, I will take that, and I will rummage through as many pouches as they will let me.
They're looking very confused, looking at you again. Excuse me, hello. This old lady, she seems a little confused. Can we help?
You can help by giving me my money back. Do I have any way to contact Strahd? I don't, do I?
You do not at the moment, no. But these two are looking very strange. You also notice their accent is very different from the one that you remember them having last night.
You think I remember these things?
Maybe the others do, but they're looking at you like, I think this old lady, she needs some
Peregrine
help.
would detect a different accent.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start rummaging through the carriage as well.
Yep. The carriage to your right.
The one that's like nearest our group.
Okay.
Peregrine, throughout all of this, I don't know, like whether the others are paying attention to him or not, but he sort of peels away from the group and just sort of walks out into the forest and sort of disappears from sight.
Sure thing.
Conceivably out of his distaste, but who knows? He's gone.
As you kind of look into this carriage, you kind of open up the back curtain of it, and this this very gruff looking woman kind of goes like, "Oi, what are you doing? Stay away from our stuff. You can't be here." And looks around like, someone needs to help this old lady.
Someone does need to help this old lady by getting me my monies back.
And they're looking like, "I don't have your monies."
Well, who has my monies? I'll start like shaking them, like by the collar.
Yeah, and the man who was on the left, he kind of puts his guitar down. And he's like, "Oh, listen, look, I really want to help you. I'm just I'm very confused about what money. I have a little bit of money on me if you need it."
How much money?
And he kind of pulls out a pouch that's on his back belt, and he opens it. Guy's got 1 silver coin and 3 coppers.
I'll take it. I'll snatch it out of his hand,
Okay.
and then I'll say, like thank you for trying to help. Here's a little bit of pocket money, and I'll give him 1 gold.
And they're like,
Trade, bad
okay.
economics.
And then like, you're a fun lady, like, and then they quickly pull out like a small bottle of homemade wine, and they kind of hand it over. Would you like to drink with us? We'd love to have you join the party. We just recently got married.
Oh, that's very sweet. Congratulations. I'll down the wine and immediately pass out.
Oh my god.
Yes. And then look at you as it just flops the floor, and they're just again looking over at Loon and Floki, just going, I think you need to help your grandmother.
Floki walks closer, and he looks at sort of what's happening, the merriment, everything. He looks towards Loon as he's sort of weighing his options, and then he grabs Loon by the wrist and just drags him towards the middle of the circle, raising his hand as high as he can.
Yeah.
He says,
Which hand?
"We need your left hand."
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And I'm just sort of dragging you by the wrist, trying to like overpower you. It sort of feels like a tough love type of thing, where I walk in and I say, "We need help. Does anyone here know what it is we can do? We were told to seek help here." As I guess like Loon's probably trying to like resist
Loon
or hide the
is
hand.
struggling, like, hey,
Yeah.
give it back, give it back to me, no.
As you do this,
And I'm trying to cut through the merriment and the like revelry, and like Floki knows the cost associated with being a shapeshifter and what that means sort of socially, and never being sort of part of civilization again. And he doesn't feel like Loon is sort of ready for that. So I guess they, it's interesting because Loon is a they, not binary, but Floki's a they out of literally being multiple people. They, Floki, feel like they, Loon, don't know exactly like what they're getting into, and that they're trying to do the best by them, knowing that this might carry some type of interpersonal cost.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to find this surgeon that Strahd told us about.
And you do a great job of that, because as you kind of raise your hand here and put your hand up. By the way, we have lost Coffee, but I think that's maybe her laptop or something gets shut down. So I'm hoping she can watch the recording. Her character has fallen asleep now, has been looked after, This old lady. In fact,
Conveniently.
she's been moved into the caravan right here to kind of sleep off the drink. It was a very strong
Where she's
bottle
paid
of wine
1 gold in exchange for 1 silver.
for like 3 silvers.
Yeah, but got an entire bottle of wine
Yeah.
and then downed it.
Seems to have forgiven this couple, which they do seem quite mystified by this whole thing of like this taking money thing. As they were trying to explain, is they've been here all night guarding the edge of the camp.
That's what these folks are saying.
Yes.
Do we believe them?
Would you like to roll an insight check?
Yes.
Yes, please.
This is all very kind of narrative, kind of like trying to work out the mystery of what's going on. Wow, that's some insight. Floki, as you've already got very high insight there, you're the first one to notice these people smell completely different. There's like a smell of good food, spices, lots of spices, and lots of alcohol kind of leaking out of their skin. They're sweating it out of them. The people that you met before, they very much smelled of kind of moss and bog and mud. Compared to these people, there's a totally different smell, totally different vibe, and everything. The only thing that these people and the people you met last night that have in common are their faces.
Okay. I guess interesting. I mean, so Floki, who's more like animal than man, was put at ease by this, and maybe I'll retcon. That's when they decide to pull in Loon. You know,
Yeah.
they realize, you know, whatever happened last night, these people have nothing to do with it. So yeah, so they were grabbing Loon's sort of wrist up in the air. Loon sort of like tippy-toeing, trying to push away. And I'm just screaming for a surgeon and sort of letting everyone know here that Loon's been bitten by a werewolf and we need help.
The first man that stands up is this guy by the fire. He looks very different from the rest of Vistani. Whilst the Vistani are wearing kind of very tattered, kind of like homemade clothes, this guy has got
Is
like
this
a lot
the
better
handsome
suit.
sort of Chris Pratt looking one?
Yes, exactly. So if I shift Z so you can see him close up, this is the
Oh
guy
my
here.
god.
Yeah, he
It is Chris
stands
Pratt.
out a lot from the rest of the group. His kind of levers and everything look a lot kind of newer and fresher. But he's also quite drunk. He stands up holding blood and goes, "Oh, I can help. I can help. I'm a surgeon. Come over here."
No, not tonight, you're not. No, thank you.
So do you walk over to him?
Yeah, we move towards Star-Lord and like, you know, this is. I grab, unless, I mean, I don't know if you want to sort of
I'm gonna
test a
do it.
strength check or whatever.
I'm gonna force you to
You
move
win.
over here.
But I sort of like pull back your sleeve and just sort of show your hand and wrist to Star-Lord over here to let him get the best view possible.
And the Star-Lord character who let's see what was his name. If I grab his character sheet. Yeah, so he introduced it. My name's Doctor Edward Cox. You can just call me Doc Cox. That's what everyone calls me around here. Yeah, top surgeon at the New York Hospital for the Elderly. At your service. And he kind of like does a little bow and nearly falls over doing it, and he just looks at Luton's hand here, and he's just going to step forward. Oh, that's the worst case I've seen of minor lycanthropy, and just kind of vomits to the side. Minor lycanthropy I've seen in ages. And he then takes another swig of alcohol and stuff, and he goes, "Oh, we're gonna need something good for this." So he kind of rummages around in his backpack. He pulls out various kind of medical equipment, which he's going to kind of drop on this table next to you. And after he kind of gets to the medical equipment, he finds the things he was looking for, which are 2 bottles. One of them he hands over to Loon, and go, this will put some hair on your chest. Have a swig of that. It'll help with the pain."
No, it's the opposite. I want the opposite of that, thanks. I don't need any more hair on my body.
he's like, "Oh, suit yourself." And he quickly just takes a swig from a bottle of what's obviously vodka, and then he goes, "All right, well, first thing we need to do, we need to isolate the infection. Drink
I
this.
stopped Doc Cox for a second,
Yeah.
and I turn towards Loon, and I say, "I think this is right, but do you want to go on?"
Listen, I don't want to lose my hand, man. Like, can I just? I've got this silver and my holy water and a needle. I feel like I can just maybe tattoo some runes in a circle around my hand, and that'll stop it spreading.
We
Uh,
turn to like Cox to like see what his prognosis is, his professional opinion
His
about.
professional opinion. This guy's a surgeon. He's not. I'm not Doctor Strange and Doctor Cox. I know that what we've got to do, we've got to isolate infection and we've got to stop it spreading beyond your elbow. At least we can save as much of your arm as possible. All right, trust me, I'm a doctor. Yeah.
Jesus Christ, I don't trust you at all.
Yeah.
But he hands
No.
you a vial, which seems to be kind of like a glowing vial with like it seems to be like amber with flakes of gold mixed in it. It's all kind of swirling around. It has some sort of like magic tendency to it. But he's making it very clear that that you're gonna want to drink this in order to kind of isolate the infection, because otherwise it's spreading. Its tendrils are spreading up through your blood system, and if it gets to your heart, then basically that's you over with.
What are you gonna do after I drink this?
And he goes, I promise, I'll be super quick. I've got some +1 scalpels.
That's not what I asked.
Yeah, I'm
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna isolate the infection. I'm gonna take the arm off, and you won't feel a thing.
Nope. I still have an arm.
So, by the way,
I'm not losing my arm.
I'm
You're
going to
not
show you what
taking
your
it.
arm has become. Your arm has continued to transform. It now looks like this.
What the fuck is that? It looks like that.
it's fully transforming into wolf. You can see that in some parts it's still your flesh.
Okay,
but
no.
Now your middle finger has become
Does
a
it
tail.
look like a wolf's arm, or does that look like that?
It looks like that. It looks like that. This thing is
All right,
is
take it off.
becoming.
Is it like
Cut it off.
his
Oh, God.
fingers are like the little like legs of the
Yeah,
wolf?
yeah. And his middle finger's
moving
the
it like a
tail.
sock puppet.
It is now basically, as just standing there with this whole thing, the mouth of this kind of wolf that's growing out your arm kind of raise up, and it kind of bites, and it like starts tugging in more skin. Every time it opens its mouth,
Jesus.
you can see like the tendrils of muscle and the exposed white bone. It's basically this
God.
thing is slowly eating through your arm. And it's like, this is the
I
worst
down
case I've
the
ever seen.
amber gold liquid.
Yeah.
Like, just do it.
And
Just
then he passes you the vodka again. Seriously, you want to drink this?
Okay.
Loki
take
sort of
it.
nods at like
I should have let you do it when it was
in
just my
approval.
hand.
Like yeah.
Yeah.
Like
And
I'd never seen a case quite as bad as this, but
the creature on the arm starts shaking wildly. It's like it's becoming alive, and it's becoming a separate thing, and it's like wagging back and forth on your arm as you feel like your bones break where it still connects to this thing.
God.
He goes, all right, this is the prime side. We got to get it now, and he reaches forward to grab the meat cleaver that he's going to use to chop the arm off. I've just got to see with a -5 how likely is he to get. No, he misses the blade that's on the table. Yeah, I keep still, and he's going to try and again to reach for the cleaver on the table with a -5, and again he misses it. This damn meat cleaver is swimming around.
Floki, can you do it instead, please?
Floki's starting to feel a little nervous and looking towards you.
Yeah.
Like, do you ask Floki then for?
Yes. I'm like, Floki, please, can you do it? I
And
trust
I'll
you
say
so
after
much
this
more.
like second failed sort of
Yeah.
like
Yeah, to grab the meat
thing.
cleaver.
Yeah. Floki. Let me quickly check what was in my inventory.
So you can take his. You can grab that meat cleaver if you want.
I mean, I have a silvered short sword, which I feel like
That sounds good.
like makes even more sense conceivably. Like if we're trying to get rid of lycanthropy, sort of like burn away the infection.
Yeah.
And I just, pull it out and without much of a like flourish, I look at you and I just like put some like leather or something in your mouth and do a quick nod and just hack away. And I attempt, go through the first hack doesn't quite get through, and so 2 more
Oh my
hacks
god.
as quickly as possible.
Could
We
you
like
roll
sever the arm off.
a medicine 15 check for me, please?
Yeah.
You make it. All right, that means
That's
like
good.
if you failed that, it would have mean that you didn't get through it quick enough, and the infection made it past the elbow. With that, you successfully managed to hack enough to completely chop off the arm just below the elbow. As you're kind of like, I also want Loon to do a Constitution 20 DC save
Yep.
to see if he pees himself in pain.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's all gone.
Yeah. So
My-
you wet
Oh, God.
yourself, you poop yourself. You're feeling
Mhm.
extremely embarrassed as everyone looks and
throw
kind
up.
of laughs at you as you're kind of like defecating yourself whilst getting your arm hacked off.
Why are
and
they
everyone-
laughing? What the
They're all
fuck is wrong
laughing.
with these
They all
people?
find this very funny.
Floki's not laughing at this.
They're all like, ah! They're all pointing over there.
Can you show us? Can you show us that image again, just so I can take it from my notes?
You can grab it, yeah. Bam.
Thank you.
What the fuck?
This monstrosity.
Can I keep the little dog?
I was about to say, so with the hacking off, the arm drops on the floor. It finally swallows down the last bit of arm that it was trying to choke down, as it becomes a little puppy direwolf.
What?
And the
Really?
surgeon, he finally has the sense enough to pick it up, and he picks up on the scruff, and he goes, "Oh, it's a bit young. I think if we let it grow for a bit, we'll get some good meat off it. I'll happily buy this direwolf off you, mate."
No. This is my son.
Yeah.
This is my hand.
It looks like he goes, I suppose. And he hands over the now sleeping direwolf puppy and puts it into your good arm, whilst your other arm is there. And then your arm, which of course is bleeding heavily, he
I
picks
pass
up
out.
he picks up a torch. Yeah, you pass out on the floor. He grabs the arm. He picks up a torch. He burns the end of the arm first of all with the torch,
Cauterizes it.
and then
I'm glad
throws
I
the
was
torch
not
away,
conscious for that.
and then pours more of the kind of like vodka mixed with holy water onto it, and it's like a hiss sound as like these scabs all melt away. When all the scabs kind of fall off, it's like skin has regrown over where the severed arm was, and it's like it's completely healed stump just below the elbow on that arm, and you're there sleeping unconscious after all the pain, with cradling a baby direwolf in your arm that is now your pet that you have a spiritual connection to. And the surgeon explains, this is how direwolves come about. If you get swallowed up by the lycanthrope infection, you don't become a werewolf. You become one of them. They're quite loyal if you treat them right. Feed them well every day. Take about maybe like a month to get like mostly grown. I think it looks at Floki and Loon. You little guys, you could probably ride him if you wanted to.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
And then the guy kind of bows and goes, "I consider that a free job as you did most of the work. But hey, come join us at the fire." And he just stumbles back over to the fire, sits down, and carries on drinking, just as before. But yes, Loon, you've now survived the infection. Congrats.
Thank you.
Just have a little bit of word for you. Yes, I'll add a familiar that you can now control, which is going to be your wolf familiar. You can have like some sort of psychic spiritual connection to this thing as it grows.
So I have no left hand anymore.
Yeah,
or
no left.
arm.
You're just below the elbow. You're missing, and it means that any spell that requires semantic parts, which is where you have to use hand gestures as part of the motion, you're now going to have disadvantage with, because you're missing hands. So it's
Really?
gonna make
No,
those
surely it
spells.
can mean like No, I think he could still do it, so long as he's not using a weapon in his other arm.
Well, there's that as well. He
I think-
can't dual wield, but also semantic things. It will mean he has disadvantage on casting them, whilst he's got nothing there.
But isn't it because like generally, if you have a weapon in one hand, you can
Yeah.
cast somatic spells with the other. So wouldn't it mean that? I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
it's a narrative thing. decision as well. But if if he has nothing in his other hand, he might be able to cast it without disadvantage. It's just about like he needs to either have a weapon or not in his hand.
How I'm thinking, it's like a lot of spells might require both hands to do gestures, like, but now that you're
Okay.
kind of missing that hand, it means that it's a little bit harder for you to
Okay.
make the spell take place.
Do I
But
have any of
that
those already?
that is your main thing. So you're gonna have to look to find a replacement at some point to get rid of that problem. But you will have a disadvantage now. It's a harsh universe out in Barovia. But I think, especially now that we've lost Coffee, that maybe we'll end the session there at the campsite. After all that, unless you guys want to carry on, I do have plenty more things that are going to be taking place at the campsite. But I feel that maybe want to save up for next
We
week.
can leave it for next week.
Yeah, when Coffee's feeling a bit better.
Feedback. This was a great session. I really enjoyed
Yeah, that
this
was so
session.
good.
Fantastic. I appreciate
That was
that.
fun.
I will add one thing. A mysterious stranger, one of the group over here, he's going to come over and he's going to see that Loon is down, but he's going to whisper like, whenever you're free, the Madame would like to see you. And then he kind of wanders back to the camp.
Who does he say that to?
To Floki, being the only member like around and awake.
Yeah,
The Madame.
not in pieces.
Yes. So it means that
can
there
you
will
show
be
us-
more to happen at the camp soon, but yes.
Can you show us what he looks like?
Yep.
Damn.
Rather gruff, strong-looking man.
God, he looks like. Oh God, what's the Lannister? You know the Lannister
Ja-
guy
Jaime
who
Lannister?
also lost his hand. That's it.
Yeah,
He looks like him.
it's a Jaime Lannister, but this guy seems like quite a noble guy,
Yeah.
really.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, sorry for breaking you off there. Just thought I'd give you that little bit of insight so you're kind of ready for next session. You're going to be asked to speak to the Madame, who seems to know about you guys already. But yeah, a lot of stuff happened there. It was a very narrative-based session.
That was great.
Brilliant. I'm glad you had fun. Yeah, well, I guess we'll call it. Is there anything you guys would like to know or to do before we end the session, or we could just call it there and say goodbye to everyone that's watching online?
No, I think I mean, on my end, I'd leave it there. I know what I want to do next, but I would rather. Sorry, he's what we were told is the Madame. Is that what who's calling us? Okay.
Yes, Madame.
Yeah. No, but nothing on my end. Just writing some notes to like remind myself what I want to do next session.
Brilliant. All right then. Well, in that case, for everyone that's watching online right now, I am the Grim Roller, and we've been playing D&D: The Curse of Strahd with my good friends here. We've had Bard, Tips, and we did have Coffee on board, but she's left a little bit early. I think our laptop ran out of power or something. But otherwise, we're going to carry on same time next week. Looking forward to have you there again as we discover more about the secrets of Barovia and of Strahd himself. So until then, good night.